Hey guys, my name is Dylan Dennis, and when I was younger, I used to do a lot of motocross racing. And after I got over with that, I got into ATVs pretty hard, uh, and then I started getting into high school sports, and pretty much had to quit it. So I kind of got back into it since I graduated and got married. But me and my wife broke down and got a brand new side by side. And one thing that we had to decide between was what kind to get. So our biggest two differences was the Razor 800S, and it was a Wildcat Trail XT. And one of the big things is the color scheme for her. Anyhow, they had the blue and all of that, so that's what she liked. But anyway, where we were going from is really engine and performance wise, and then looks for me. So but it started all off, I mean, it's overall just a lot bigger than the Trail is. For instance, the tires are 2 inches taller. Their max is Bighorn Razors, and they're an 8-ply tire on a side-by-side, which is really good. And then the engine on a Razor is 760 cc's, and on the Wildcat is a 700. However, the horsepower was made out to be more on the Wildcat. It was 62, and the Razor is only 57. But we kind of fixed that problem after we bought it. But another thing for us was the weight and how much it would tow, since we do a lot of farm work and stuff with it. The towing was the same on both of them, 1,500 pounds, and the wheelbase was 77 inches on the Razor, but the Trail was 84, so it was a bit longer of a machine. And that's what we liked about it. I mean, both of them had really good Fox suspensions, had the same exact one. The Razor did weigh about 200 pounds more, and that's something that we didn't know for when we did get on trails. And I mean, we didn't want to come in last on every single ride that we took, and we actually wanted to get through some mud, so we wanted to make it fun. But with those trails, on the Trail, it only had 10 inches of ground clearance, which really isn't very much. But whenever you put another 2.5 inches on there, like the Razor did, going over stumps and laid over logs really made a difference. And then the LED lighting was another thing my wife liked on the Razor, but it turns out it was on both of them. And I think there's a few more things, like power steering was a must whenever she was driving, because it was so hard to turn, and whenever she hit a rock or something, to just fly the steering wheel back the other way. But our Razor now has that, but we had to pay extra for it, but we do have it. And on the Wildcat Trail, it wasn't even an option. So that was a big thing for us. That was actually probably the deal breaker with all of it. It turns out that that the price was about the same. We upgraded to better seats and all that stuff, and our total was right around 14,000. And if we'd have did the same with the Trail, it would have been about 14,500. So it was only a $500 difference, but you get a lot more with the Razor, and it costs less. And I mean, you had a lot more cab space in there. You had plenty of room, but we also did spend another $2,000 on extras, but we would have too if we would have got the Wildcat Trail. So it all made sense to us to get the Razor. We've had a lot of people say we should have went the other direction with it, but overall we've been happy. We put a lot of upgrades, such as the winch and the front bumper, LED light bar, and the roof. And there's the taller wheels and tires that came on it. I actually had to get her a stereo system put on, so that's what she liked. And there's two on the floor. And I did it all myself, so we saved money doing that too. But overall, if I were to do it again, I would still pick the same Razor after having it for 3 months. I wouldn't change my mind at all. And this was just a speech to tell everybody that how good the Razor is compared to the Wildcat, and how much we appreciate what we did get. And my whole thing with it was the engine and performance wise, but hers, it was the looks. And I think we both got what we wanted. She liked the blue because it did match our truck over there that we did pull it with. So that was a big thing for her. Like I said, she's a pretty girl that has to have pretty things. So, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a lot about these side-by-sides. I appreciate it.